Here in Atlanta. The Bucks were here last year in September. Truist Park. Pirates went 4-2 against the Braves last year. Mitch Keller on the mound for Pittsburgh is 5-2 on the year and inconsistent 3 of his last 4 starts, and he's had some success against Atlanta. This could be a tough lineup for him, and the lefty Martin Perez on the mound for the Braves.
Yeah, it really could be for Mitch. He's hasn't had the greatest success here at Truist Park, as you can see right there, over a 10 ERA, but I think Mitch is going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder today, trying to have a bounce back start after his last start where he gave up 7 runs in 4 innings against the Minnesota Twins. So looking for him to be on the attack. Martin Perez, see his numbers there, his career versus the Pirates. He's been pretty good, but I expect to see that turn around because this is a new look Pirates lineup, Brownie, that likes left-handed pitchers.
And a couple of guys that like left-handed starting pitching in particular. Brian Reynolds, who loves hitting here in Atlanta. And O'Neal Cruz, you know all about what he's done against lefties overall this season, but look what they've done against southpaw starters.
It's been phenomenal. We've talked a lot about O'Neal Cruz, the work he put in this offseason, hiring a left-handed BP thrower to get a look at that angle. Brian Reynolds from the right side this year has been fantastic too, and I think a big reason for that is the length of this Pirates lineup and the guys that are around him. He doesn't feel like he has to do too much. The biggest thing I think that I've seen from him is his approach and how he's not chasing outside of the zone. He's forcing pitchers into the hitting area, and he's putting good swings on them.
The Pirates are 4.5 back in their division behind the Brewers. They're looking to raise it. They're looking to hoist it. They're looking to pillage and plunder. The Pirates are in Atlanta to take on the team with the best record in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. High seas ahead, and the first pitch is coming up next. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates. Because life, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By your Western PA Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Oh, a lot of Pirate fans here in Atlanta. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Everywhere you go.
Yep. Can't get away from them.
That's a good thing.
It's a really good
thing.
Love it. Yeah. And you love to see the smiles there. Jared Jones did a nice job yesterday alongside Bubba Chandler, who will pitch on Sunday. Connor Griffin back home, but on the injured list. Still a chance to see family and friends. And Paul Skeens leading that staff. And there alongside him is Braxton Ashcraft, who will go tomorrow. Gets a quick hug from Connor Griffin.
And that Joey Bart right there on the right side of the screen too. Georgia boy, able, like you mentioned with Connor, come home, see some friends and family here on the mend.
Martin Perez, interesting story. This veteran lefty had his contract selected from AAA, just a paper move, April 17th. Originally, the end of March, and then he was designated for assignment and outrighted to Gwinnett, the AAA affiliate, and then re-signed a minor league deal and right back. So they kind of snuck him through, essentially, the veteran. They had to bring up a reliever. And for Don Kelly, relief after the win last night. The combination of Jared Jones and Carmen Majinski. So he was able to hold off using any other short relievers, although they're still a bit short in the pen tonight. So a big start for Keller.
Yeah, it is. It's a real big start for Mitch Keller, but you know, a great rebound game in yesterday's ball game, the finale in Houston, after a loss like there was on Wednesday night. Sometimes you'll see teams hit a skid, and it was nice to see the Pirates pick themselves back up and win the series coming to Atlanta here.
Lineup against Martin Perez. It's Nick Gonzalez leading things off against the lefty, then Brandon Lau and Brian Reynolds. Marcell Ozuna, talked about him as the cleanup hitter. O'Neal Cruz in center. The password, Justinson Garcia. Spencer Horwitz down to the 7th hole, and good career numbers, just 6 games against the Braves. Jared Triolo and Henry Davis back in there behind the dish. Our old buddy Martin Perez, good trooper, and not a long Pirate career. Was dealt the summer of 2024. the San Diego Padres, but he's a real pro.
He is. He's had a nice career, good teammate. You see his numbers on your screen from this season. And he leads with a changeup this year. 2-seamer, cutter, curveball, 4-seamer, but he goes to that changeup 32% of the time. It's a good pitch for him. And with the righties in the Pirates lineup tonight, expect to see a lot of those against the right-handed hitters, and then the breaking ball against the lefties that are in there.
Defense pretty solid behind him. Austin Riley, Mauricio Dubon on the left side of the infield, Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson on the right side. Michael Harris II can really go get it. You know all about Ronald Acuna Jr. and Mike Yastrzemski in left, and the veteran catcher Sandy Leon. They've been beat up with their catchers. Leon, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's gotten red hot. Huge career numbers against Keller. We'll talk about when he leads off the bottom of the first. Love to see the Pirates somehow find a way to scratch out a run or two right off the bat. Set the tone. You know the Pirates are 29-11 this year when they score first. And the Braves are a pedestrian 15-12 when they allow the opponent to score first.
I think it's bigger for the Pirates, that emotional side. If they can jump out to a lead, even if it's a small lead by a run or two, you always tend to have a little more life, and that carries you through the ball game, maybe more opportunity if you can get that early lead.
First pitch taken, ball one, and we are underway. This has it's still early, essentially, in the 2026 season. A little under 100 games left, but it has a playoff feel to it, in that it's such a big test for Pittsburgh. To play with the big boys. The record shows that they have the 4th best record in the National League. And now they're facing the Braves, and then at home starting Tuesday night against the Dodgers.
Well, that's what you want as a major league player, is you want to go up against the best. And the Braves, the way they've played to start this season in 2026, you want to see what you're made of against them. And then, like you said, the Dodgers, who it seems like the last number of years are always at the top of the National League. See how you can stack up against these two. A nice little test for the Pirates.
Gonzalez leads off for the 4th time this season. It's mainly been O'Neill Cruz and Spencer Horwitz. The last time the Pirates faced a lefty starter at PNC Park, Jordan Wicks of the Cubs, on the 26th of May, and Connor Griffin, who's on the injured list, led off that night. The Pirates scored 5 first-inning runs and coasted against the Cubs. 3-2. Strike 3 called, and a quick early ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope
for Gonzalez.
Well, we've seen this come into play. You hate to see it on the first at bat of the ball game, but teams, after they lose that first challenge are very hesitant to challenge again. We see it quite a bit. Balls that should be challenged, the batters just don't do it after losing that first one.
Walt Weiss, the manager of the Braves, happy to see one of the Pirate challenges expired. Ball one. And Matt, what are tonight's keys to the game presented by your Western PA Buick dealers?
Well, Greg, I'm glad you asked. Slugfest and get ahead and stay ahead. So we've talked a little bit about these offenses and the power. Number 2 and number 3 in home runs in Major League Baseball with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. So actually, I take that back. Number 1 and number 3. The Braves lead all of baseball in home runs. And then get ahead and stay ahead. So a couple of things going through some stats today that I noticed. The Atlanta Braves, when they fall behind, no balls and 2 strikes, they only hit 181. But when they jump ahead 2-0, 291, and that may not sound that crazy, but the difference between a 1-2 and a 2-1 count is 224 points in the batting average. Difference of 176 and 400. So want to see Mitch Keller today and the Pirates this entire series get ahead of these Braves hitters and put them on the defense, and then keep attacking the strike zone.
Brandon Lau counted 2-2. 3 for 9 in his career against Perez. Tied for 4th in the National League with 15 homers, 40 RBIs in the top 10. Perez doesn't strike out many, has only allowed 37 hits in 52 innings. He has walked 18 batters. (3-2). And a bouncer to Albies. And now Brian Reynolds and our Penn West University stat of the day. Career here at Truist Park, 21 games and a .405 batting average.
That's pretty good. You hit over 400 at any ballpark, you got to like coming here, right?
I think so.
A bit of a homecoming for Brian, growing up a little north of here.
Home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus calls out a strike. And the numbers for the season for Reynolds.
And staying on numbers here, Brian Reynolds has seen Martin Perez 5 times. It's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Does have 1 walk.
Chop to the shortstop. And the play made by Dubon, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the first for Martin Perez. Leading things off is Ronald Acuna Jr. And he'll be followed by Michael Harris II. Matt Olson hits third. Ozzie Albies the cleanup man, switch hitter. Mauricio Dubon is the shortstop. Dominic Smith at DH. Austin Riley, Mike Yastrzemski in left. Sandy Leon switch hitter. Last 7 games, 5 home runs for Acuna. And he's 8 for 19 with 3 home runs against Mitch Keller. Swings at the first pitch, and that's just a big sigh of relief as Lau goes out there and calls off Justinson Garcia. 1 pitch and 1 big out.
Boy, that's huge right there. Take a look at the Card Shield numbers for Mitch Keller, making his 13th start. 234 opponent average, 68 and now 2/3 innings of work on the season. And looking for Mitch to do what he just did right there against Ronald Acuna Jr. Attack with his fastball. And another bonus that you just saw, 95 miles an hour velocity up from what it was a couple of starts ago. That's a 2-seamer. You expect to see that down a little bit. 92. We see the 2-seam velocity 92 to 94, and the 4-seamer 93 to 95, maybe tick up a little bit more. Be a nice welcome sight.
In on the hands there on Michael Harris II. Been interesting with Keller too. Hit a couple starts over the last month or so. Seems to kind of navigate things okay for 2, 3, 4 innings, maybe then 1 inning the opponent just erupts. That was the case Saturday against the Twins at PNC Park. 9 came to the plate, 5 runs scored. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And no swing.
Yeah, I think when Mitch tries to get too fine, he gets in trouble. When he trusts his stuff and just attacks his zone, you know, you always want to be on the edges of the plate and the top and bottom rails of the strike zone, but everybody that the Pirates have in their starting rotation have the stuff to attack the big part of the hitting zone, and they can be successful. So pitching to contact, and then when you jump ahead 0-2, 1-2, then you start throwing that strike to ball type pitch to try and get swing and miss. But when we start the at bats pitching away from contact is when we see a lot of guys get in trouble.
One start that really stands out, Matt, was at the game middle of May at the PNC Park against the Rockies. Perfect baseball through 4 innings, 12 up, 12 down, and then bang. Rockies scored 6. Bill Murphy, the pitching coach, with the clipboard next to Don Kelly. And this is kind of something that the Braves, some of these Braves hitters can do, foul off a number of pitches. This will be pitch number 8 after the first pitch out to Acuna. Michael Harris 5 for 12 in his career against Keller. And he gets him. Curveball in the dirt.
Well, that's a really nice pitch right there. Really slowed him down, got him out on the front foot, going with a slower curveball. Made some good pitches with a cutter that were in off the plate. Michael Harris did a nice job just getting enough of it to get another pitch, hoping for a mistake from Mitch Keller, but that was a well executed, perfectly placed curveball right there from him.
Matt Olson, 500 career hitter against Keller. Big numbers this season for the big first baseman who plays in his 847th consecutive game. He is the active Iron Man in baseball. Two and one. Olson second in the league with the 17 homers, tied for second, 47 RBIs, top 10 in the OPS department. Pop up, shallow right center. And ball will drop. Looked like Justinson Garcia was kind of slowing down. And the ball will drop in for a hit. The Vint Furniture and Mattress defense, Garcia in right field, Cruz in center, Reynolds in left, Gonzalez, Triolo left side, Lau, Horwitz on the right side. Davis catches Keller.
I like to see Keller going after the inside part of the plate, really on all three of the first hitters we've seen so far, really making them aware of the inner edge.
Albies, another guy who's faced Keller a bunch. 3 for 14, so Keller's done pretty good work against him, though Albies has been hot lately. 10 hits in his last 28 at bats, a .357 average during this hot stretch for Ozzie Albies. Almost offered.
And again, running that cut fastball in. See the reaction from Ozzie Albies right there. It looked like he was looking for something out over. Got the two-seam fastball first pitch, and then to run that cutter in. Good chance of a miss hit. Even the base hit from Matt Olson. That was a 90-mile-an-hour cut fastball from Mitch Keller. Got off the barrel. Just hitting the perfect spot where Pirates defenders couldn't do anything.
One, two. Again, a check swing. Eighth in the majors this season with 68 hits. Ozzie Albies, through the top offensive second baseman in baseball in this series with Albies and Lau. And now Keller falls behind him, 3-2.
All right, this count could actually help Spencer Horwitz playing behind Matt Olson, who's not a great runner, but a good base runner, just not really fast.
3-2. Keller walked him. That was a big issue for Keller. His last start here against the Braves, September 26th last season. He lasted only 3 2/3 innings despite giving up only 1 run on 3 hits because he walked 5 batters. Mauricio Dubon.
Yeah, we don't want to see that tonight for a lot of reasons. That pitch count going to be watching from Mitch Keller. The Pirates bullpen usage the last couple of days. Want to see some length from Mitch tonight.
Keller's 13th start. This is his 8th career start against Atlanta. And a ball and 2 strikes. Dubon 4 for 10 lifetime versus Keller. And this is a situation for Dubon where he has really thrived in 2026. 2 outs and a man in scoring position. His average is 440 in these exact situations. 1-2 pitch. Bounce toward third. Gonzalez going to run to the bag, and he beats Olsen there, and Keller strands the 2 runners. 1 inning complete in Atlanta. 0-0. Marcell Ozuna leads off. 35-year-old veteran, first game back, and fans now will give him a standing ovation. The Big Bear. 6 seasons here.
Definitely a fan favorite here for a number of years. We're talking to Brian Snicker about him a couple of years ago here.
That's quite an ovation. What a moment for this veteran. He put up some massive numbers while playing for the Braves. Asked him today what his favorite part about this ballpark was. He says the chop house. Strike. So yeah, that's good for a left-hand hitter, but for a righty hitter, he goes, yeah, I've had my share. And he had a bunch. 148 home runs as a Brave. Ground ball third. Riley. 1 out.
All right, now it's just baseball.
Martin Perez, the 35-year-old who made his major league debut with the Texas Rangers, put up some good numbers with Texas, was an all-star, signed as a free agent with the Pirates before the 2024 season. Went 2-5 with a 5.20 ERA and then traded to the Padres. Pirates got a young lefty pitcher in that deal. Ronaldis Jimenez, just 20 years old and pitching in the Florida Complex League down in Bradenton. Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone. It was called a ball. 1-1.
That was a good take. Good take right there.
Cruz tied for 7th with 14 home runs in the National League, tied for 5th with 44 runs batted in. Takes.
Well, interesting to see here, all fastballs until that pitch. First 4 pitches of this at bat, or excuse me, first 3 pitches, 2-seam fastballs from Perez. You know, when they were teammates, Martin probably sat in the dugout. And,
whoa, yeah, challenge. I think Cruz was ready to walk away. I think looked like he had taken a step across home plate, expecting it to be strike 3.
See right there it was. But to finish my thought there, when O'Neill Cruz and Martin Perez were teammates, he'd probably sat in the dugout and said, if I ever face him, it's going to be breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball. But the adjustments that O'Neill's been able to make this year facing left-handed pitching, kind of interesting to see him attacking with fastballs and then getting the strikeout on a changeup. Pitch is not going away from him.
Stinson Garcia. 32 at bats for the Pirates this season. 7 hits. Walked once, struck out 10 times. Hits this to right. Acuna. 6 up, 6 down for Martin Perez. 0-0.
Welcome back to Truist Park. Last night, Carmen Mlodzinski earned his second career save. And manager Don Kelly was saying that tandem between him and Jared Jones, it couldn't have gone any better than it did yesterday. Of course, Jared with his 5 scoreless innings of work, and Carmen knowing he's going to be down today after the 4-inning save last night. And that was his first time pitching since Memorial Day. He said during that time between appearances, he had to stay really consistent through his workouts, and said moving forward, he's aware the staff will likely have to be creative with how they use him. But he said it could be a strength at this point of the season. He can still throw 100 pitches if they really need it. Now it's just about picking that type of day and obviously being creative in between. That's something he's going to continue to have conversations about moving forward. But guys, I think the best way to sum up what Carmen did last night, Eddie Rodriguez said after the game, "Ooh, Carmen, we need him."
And it was great to hear, Hannah, you talked to Carmen right afterward, and a true pro about everything. And yeah, it's a nice fit.
It is.
It
I mean, if you think about the biggest weakness of this Pirates ball club, what we've seen so far is innings in the back half of a ball game, and Carmen Mlodzinski has the stuff. I said on a radio show today, like he's one of those guys that he can give you multiple innings, but he also in a pinch. Why not put him in the back end of the ball game if you need to use Soto or earlier in the ball game in a high leverage situation against a lefty? Carmen's a guy that I'd give the ball in the 9th inning and be completely comfortable with.
2-1. Don Kelly there with Bill Murphy. We will talk to Jared Jones. He's going to join us live on the headset next half inning. He got his first win in well over a year. 634 days since his last major league win. 3-1 now on Riley after the quick out of Dominic Smith. Second walk for Keller. And he faces Mike Yastrzemski.
Just setting up the double play, Brownie.
That's all.
That's it. Run a 2-seamer. Outer third right here. See if he can get a ground ball to Brendan Lau at second.
Strike one.
And stays with a 4-seamer. Again, against the lefties in the Braves lineup so far, Mitch is determined to establish the inside part of the plate as his.
You like that, right?
I do like that.
Another strike. And now time called by Mike Yastrzemski. And to think about this, 0-2 count.
I don't think he was looking change up after the fastball in.
Almost offered there. And now Yastrzemski said it hit him. We're going to have his. Oh, it did hit him. Juan de Jesus confirms it.
Did the ball hit him, or was that Henry Davis's glove?
Well, that's what Don Kelly's coming out to debate.
Oh yeah, it looked like he got him right above the ankle right there.
Also, Kelly wanted to know, did you ask for the appeal? I think he did. I think he asked the third base umpire. Kelly heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, you'll see it skim the back of the ankle right there, but the appeal, I don't know, Brownie. Did he swing?
Two on and one out. Sandy Leon. Bunts it foul, and you can understand why. Leon is 0 for his last 24 at bats. He's 2 for 30 with the Braves since they've brought him back. He was playing ball in the Dominican. Veteran catcher. Only Freddie Fermin of the San Diego Padres has a longer hitless streak, 0 for 29. Nothing in 2 with 1 out. And the strike 3 is called. Acuna will come to the plate. Xfinity batting stats, reliable Wi-Fi at one price. See the numbers. He popped up on the first pitch.
That was a good four-seam fastball from Mitch Keller. The first pitch of the ball game ran in on the hands of Ronald Acuna Jr. Let's see how he goes here. Kind of thought we might see a bigger breaking ball to start the at-bat.
Acuna, .342 career batting average versus the Pirates. And 8 for 20 lifetime against Keller. Riley and Yastrzemski aboard. And the other way. A base hit. Riley headed home. Throw goes toward third base. And now nobody's watching Acuna. He'll go back to first. It's 1-0 Atlanta.
Well, Mitch decides to double up with a breaking ball, and this is why Ronald Acuna Jr. has been one of the best RBI hitters in all of baseball. Just shoots it the other direction. He's got a big hole on the right side of the infield with a defensive alignment, runner in scoring position. That's a great view right there. You see all that open space, and not hit all that hard at all, but got a pitch that he could inside out. Good piece of hitting.
3 bases hurt. A walk and a hit batter.
They sure do.
Strike on Michael Harris. Struck out in the first. RBI number 22 for Acuna. Brings home Riley. Acuna has stolen 14 in 19 attempts. Keller's been better in that department, containing the running game. Tapper to Lau. And the final out. Acuna brings home the first run of this ball game. One nothing Braves as we go now to the third inning. Spencer Horwitz leads off against Martin Perez, and we're pleased to be joined on the headset down in the dugout, Jared Jones. It was fun for us to watch. Cannot imagine how hyped and fired up you were, Jared, going 5 innings of 4-hit shutout ball, getting your first victory since September of 2024. How'd it feel?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling. Obviously not pitching for all of last year, and you know, just get back out on the mound is, I'm pretty grateful every time I do, and getting a win last night was pretty cool.
And being on the IL stinks, Jared. Unfortunately, I know the feeling all too well. What'd you do to pass the time the last year plus, watching the guys compete when you can't do anything about it?
Well, when the Pirates weren't playing, I had a bunch of RC toys. That's how bad it got. So my house, I had like a little pond in the back, so I had an RC boat.
Nice.
We had little gators come up, so I'd try and circle around them.
Wow.
Yeah. So
oh, that's cool.
That was pretty fun. I had an RC plane that lasted all of about 30 seconds before I went straight up and straight down and broke in half. But yeah, just finding little stuff to do, and that's really just about it.
Leadoff walk to Horwitz. Good start here in the third with Jared Triolo coming up.
So aside from the RC cars, give us a little insight of what it's like to be a big leaguer going through rehab. What's a day in the life of a rehabbing major league pitcher look like?
Yeah, well, down in Florida, I try and get in there as quick as possible, so I'm probably in there at like 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. most days. And at the beginning, it was really just trying to get my elbow to extend to full extension, and that was really it for the first like month, maybe even 2 months. And then you kind of start progressing into like a throwing program, like into a net, and then you throw to a person, and then so on and so forth until you're throwing bullpens and all that stuff, and then it gets pretty close.
Yeah, going through that progression. You don't get to the big leagues without being an extreme competitor, and we've seen that in your face and how you go about your business. Had to be chomping at the bit to get out there. And Brownie asked you about yesterday. How excited were you to go through the minor league progression this year and the rehab starts and kind of leading up to the first start of a week and a half ago?
Yeah, like you said, being the competitor that I am, I kind of took those starts in the minor leagues to heart, and every time I gave up a run, I had some choice words for myself. But yeah, it was
yeah, base hit left center field.
Run,
And
Spencer.
Horwitz headed to third, and Triolo headed to second base with a hustling double at second and third. Nobody out in the third inning.
Beautiful piece of hitting right there. Big tree splitting the outfielders in the left center field gap. Base running on both sides. Spencer doing what he can to get to third base right there, but I like Triolo. Even with Michael Harris coming up throwing to second base, Jared Triolo off the bat is thinking getting to second base. He does it very nicely. That's good baseball, good base running.
And now Henry Davis, chance to at least tie it up here against Martin Perez. Jared Jones, there you go, Jared. Was that you? Oh, somebody grabbed it. Who was it?
Yeah, I didn't grab it. I don't know where it went. I went to go hide.
Somebody along the railing grabbed it.
Well, the opposite of that yesterday, the first hitter of the ball game, we saw you attack the baseball.
Of all things, the first play. And we're going to see it. Oh, where this is a replay of the duck. But you weren't ducking that defensive play. The first batter of the game. And there's a line drive left center field. And almost misplay that ball knuckling on Harris, but it'll be a sacrifice fly. And hustling into third, Triolo. Davis makes it 1-1 as Horwitz scores.
Well, you see the route of Michael Harris right there. A lot of times from the center fielder's vantage point, the ball will go away from you. I guess this ball did knuckle and it kind of went back towards center. See, off the bat, you expect that to go towards the Equifax sign into the gap. Kind of fools Michael Harris. He does a nice job getting it in. Good base running right there from Jared Triolo. And you may say, you know what, what's the advantage of getting to third base right here with now just one out? Deep fly ball gives the Pirates the lead.
And the infield has to come in. As Nick Gonzalez struck out looking his first time up. Chops this one. Coming in, Triolo. He will score. And no play. And it's 2-1 Pirates.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful right there.
Yeah, I might have to stay on this mic.
I was just going to say, good luck,
runs.
Jared. Enjoy that headset. that, by the way, is a similar ball that was hit against Jared Jones last night. Little dribbler by Jeremy Pena, and a phenomenal athletic play by Jones. How you got a throw off, and almost, as you take a look at this replay last night, what we're talking about, there's Jared Jones, spins around. And look at that play. And you land on your elbow, though. So when the manager Kelly and a trainer come out, we're thinking, uh-oh. Talk about that play.
Yeah, just trying to get it out at any cost. Didn't want... Ooh, what's going on?
Perez challenging the ball call.
Not close.
Yeah, thank you.
Atlanta has one challenge remaining.
Let's talk about this for just a second. Jared, I want your opinion. I've said, talking about the ABS challenge, the difficulty I would have as a pitcher, because every pitch you throw, anything close you think should be a strike. Have you guys had any conversations from a pitcher's standpoint and vantage point about challenging? Do y'all have the ability to challenge when you want?
We haven't really had that conversation, but for me personally, I will never tap my head. I think everything is a strike, and it should be a strike, so I will not be tapping my head.
I couldn't agree anymore. Put trust in the catchers and the guys back there. They have a better vantage point, and just like I said earlier, the competitive nature of all of us as pitchers anything close is a strike, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
All right, so go on. Walk us through that play yesterday in Houston. What was going through your mind? Everything felt good. Brownie just asked, we saw in the replay you came down on your elbow. Was that the concern when they came out?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I was just trying to avoid runners on any basis with Jordan coming up, because that guy's an unbelievable hitter. You know what he could do. He could send the ball out of the park at any given moment. So really just trying to get him Pena out. And then, yeah, I kind of twirled a little bit funny while trying to make a throw, tripped up a little bit, landed awkward, and then I threw 2 balls nowhere close to the zone, so they probably thought something was up, but I was fine.
How does it feel to be back like right now? So you've had 2 starts under your belt after all the hard work and the rehab, and just how's it feel, and then get that W last night for the team?
It's been awesome being around the guys every day instead of just coming in week by week, just visiting and knowing that this is kind of a permanent thing more than visiting. Like I said, it's awesome.
And Jared, since your last big league starts, your rookie year, the lineup has changed considerably. How about this offense?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Obviously, if you see me in the dugout with the cone, I'm probably doing something with it at some point.
You were enjoying it when you're not. It looked like you wanted the cone last night after you left the game, 5 innings. Then the offense erupted, and it looked as though your buddy Skeen said, no, this is we'll let Bubba do it.
Yeah, well, I came up with the celebration of putting it on my head. I'm going to put that out there. That was my idea. And then I looked over and I see Bubba doing my celebration. So, yeah, I wasn't too happy about that.
We're seeing the replay now of the Jared Jones, or as Hannah says, Jared Cones, doing the spinorama, and people batting the cone around once on his head.
Where's the little cone? Who was it that had the little cone? That was a password,
Garcia,
right?
Password.
Yeah. We have a bunch of little cones down there in the dugout that we can sneak around.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he got it. He kind of just showed up with it one day.
We're watching the replay of yesterday where Jared says, hey, that's my celebration. He's telling Skeens and Chandler. There's Justinson Garcia. The walk there to Lau. Reynolds at the plate. We're talking to Jared Jones about the big game last night, and then Ashcraft comes in and cleans it up. And how about the duo of Jones, or rather Carmen Mlodzinski? How about the duo of Jones and Mlodzinski?
Yeah, getting to save the bullpen. Carmen coming in and throwing 4 elite innings for us, and ended up getting the win. I feel like this is kind of how you just draw it up with with me starting and him piggybacking me, or however you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, that's just how you draw it up in our perfect world.
And how about how you drew up the balk? You talked about the Red Sox pitcher Peyton Tolley. Maybe he had an influence on you.
Yeah, I mean, he did it the day before I did, and yeah, like I said, I woke up that morning, was just scrolling through Twitter, Instagram, and I scrolled upon that video, and I thought it was the funniest thing of all time. And then, what, 12 hours later, I do the same thing.
We're watching the Tolley play where he just lobbed it over the head of everybody. And here is Marcell Ozuna. Tolley there in the dugout at Fenway.
His interview afterwards was
classic.
hilarious.
Electric.
Did you see it, Jared? The
Yes.
interview?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Electric.
But you threw the ball a little bit harder than he did on the ball.
Yeah.
Went ahead and finished it. And I mean, it caught me off guard. I didn't notice in real time. Colin Price, the base runner that was on at the time, was standing at first base. He didn't take off running. We were kind of confused initially as to what was going on.
Were you confused at all initially?
No,
Jared?
I thought I was doing the right thing, but I completely forgot I walked the guy. So, yeah, I had no idea what was going on out there.
He's called for the balk. They finally a rule check with New York that if you go into the quote hybrid windup, you have to announce it, or at least inform the umpires. But that wasn't Jared's intent. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Marcell Ozuna. The Pirates have taken the 2-1 lead here in the 3rd inning of Martin Perez, who was Jared's teammate a couple years ago. Fly ball right center field, drops in. The Big Bear back in Atlanta. RBI brings home Gonzalez, and it's 3-1.
You see them over there? They're doing my celebration
I was
again.
just going to say, you probably want
You
that.
see them?
Yeah, I see it.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
They got it on their head?
Yeah, Bubba's got it on his head right now.
Oh, man.
That is just not right.
Oh, well, we're scoring runs. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. But, well, once we let you go, over the next few innings, you'll be able to recreate it. This offense
We're
isn't
not letting
slowing
him
down.
go.
No,
We
that's
score
true.
3 runs
Yeah,
with
good
Jared
point.
Jones on the headset. He's staying on the
That's
headset.
true. An RBI single for Marcell Ozuna, and now O'Neal Cruz, 8th man to bat in the inning. It started with a walk to Spencer Horwitz. And Jared, I mean, from our vantage point, it's so much fun to watch the offense, the pitching staff, all you guys, the camaraderie, the fun you have. It's really a special group, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're a pretty close-knit group. Not just pitchers and hitters alone. Like, it's nothing super cliquey. Everyone gets along with each other, and we all have some fun with each other. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of.
And you're feeling good after pitching yesterday? The arm feels good?
Yeah, I feel great. I had my spa day, and I feel
There
great
you
right
go.
now.
Nice.
Spa day after a late night is always a wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that means you'd be lined up for Wednesday. Yeah,
Are you asking me to do the math?
I'm trying to figure it out. Because you have the off day Monday. Would that be right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
So, yeah, against the Dodgers. How fired up will you be against those guys?
I mean, in 2024, when I threw against him, I threw my best bullet of my life. So maybe we'll do it again.
Nice. Very nice. 2-2 on O'Neal Cruz. Jared Jones picked up that win yesterday in the swing and the miss. Jared, thanks a million. We'll call you back if we need you, but I think that cone needs you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Jared Jones.
Grab that cone. Let's watch Mitch Keller blow some doors.
3-1 Pirates on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Matt Olson will pop up into shallow right that fell for a hit in the first inning. Pirates now lead 3-1. It's the 3, 4, 5 batters in the Braves order. Olson, Albies, Dubon against Keller, who has walked 2 and hit a man. Thanks again, Jared Jones. Quite a personality and perfect fit for this rotation.
He really is. And so nice to see him back on the mound doing what he loves to do. I mean, the baseball just absolutely jumps out of his hand. We saw a handful at 101, but pretty consistently 99, 100 with the fastball yesterday.
One-two count. I'd love to see Keller get on a roll. The Pirates now lead at 3-1. Be efficient. At times he has been, well, frankly, a stopper during losing spells. Chopper. Lau. There's one. We've talked about it so often about Keller too. Just kind of old reliable.
Yep, eats up innings.
Now 30 years old.
The OG, if you will, of this pitching staff, and you know he's been able to adapt. When he first came to the big leagues, high velocity fastball. Still has a really good fastball. Bunch of pitches he can go to, but you know, he's one of those guys I talk about with Skeens too. Like, it would be tough as a hitter to go up and try to guess what you're going to get. Mitch Keller's got the ability to throw a lot of different pitches in the zone. But for me, when he's really good, he's commanding his fastball and everything comes off of it. I've seen him go to the cutter so far. The most in this ball game, especially to the left, he's getting in off the barrel like he just did to Matt Olson. He actually did it both times to Matt Olson.
Albies takes 3-0. There's a strike. Keller had gone 6 or more innings in 6 of his first 8 starts this season. Since his 6-inning stint in Phoenix on May the 7th, he's gone 6 just once. For the next 4 starts, and another free pass to Albies.
Something about Ozzie Albies for Mitch. First 2 at bats here just doesn't look comfortable with him standing in the batter's box, and sometimes that happens to a pitcher. A guy will get in there and you just don't like the sight lines and have a hard time hitting the spot you're trying to get to.
Dubon takes the strike. 31-year-old from Honduras. Dubon bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first. Time 26th round pick of the Boston Red Sox out of a high school in Sacramento, California. Braves made the deal for him with the Astros before the season, and he's played everywhere. A nice job for Walt Weiss.
See what Keller does here to Dubon. Started him with a slider and then came off the same plane with a 2-seam fastball for the second pitch. He's got him set up to do really whatever he wants to do, but he could run that cutter on the outer edge, try to get a ground ball, or he could stay with a sinker. The sweeper trying to get a swing in this.
Ball, 2 strikes. Dubon inside out on that 2-seamer. Homered in each of his last 2 ball games. He's played everywhere. For Keller, his 13th start this season. 1-2. And another foul. Marcell Ozuna picked up an RBI single at the top of this inning. Pirates send 8 to the plate, score 3, erase the 1-0 deficit. Drive to left field, deep. And he's homered now in 3 straight games. Mauricio Dubon, a home run, his 6th of the season, ties it at 3.
You got a hanging curveball right there, and you saw a couple of foul balls from Dubon trying to shoot the ball to the right side of the infield with Ozzie Albies over there and Spencer Horwitz having to hold him on. It looked like that was his approach, trying to go to right field. And he finally got a mistake, and because it was a slower curveball, the barrel of the bat was out in front of the plate, and he was able to drive it. You'll see right here, good look on the AHN Supermo. That's a curveball center cut. Because of the velocity, 78 miles an hour, the barrel of the bat's able to get out in front of home plate, and he's able to drive that right there. That's a better situation for that cutter that we've seen Mitch Keller go to against lefties. We don't see him go to it with righties as much.
It's only the 4th home run Keller has allowed this season, and he's done a tremendous job against right-handed batters in particular. He came in hitting 175 against him with just a 452 OPS. His start against the Blue Jays in Toronto on the 24th of May. Kaz Okamoto had an extra base hit. It was the first one he'd given up to a right-hand hitter since September of last year. So the walk hurts, again. One out walk to Albies. So instead of even a solo homer, 2-run shot ties it at 3. And one of the keys to the game, Matt talked about slugfest.
Yeah, with these two offenses, that likely is not going to be the last home run we see. Good look at the slider right there. That would have been a better pitch to go to against Dubon. Again, just one of the faster breaking balls, the slider or the cutter. It reads more like a four-seam fastball out of the hand of Mitch Keller.
Ground ball third. And Gonzalez to first. Riley is retired.
Welcome into the Toyota Rav 4th inning. There was a pretty cool moment that took place hours before this game today between Connor Griffin and Justinson Garcia. They took in Truist Park together for the first time as big leaguers. Take a look at them standing on the rail, just looking around, taking in their surroundings. The last time these two were here together was in the MLB All-Star Futures game last year. They said it was the first time they had met, so certainly special to watch them come out together at the same time, stand there and take in this ballpark for the first time as big leaguers, Brownie.
And I imagine Connor's disappointed that he can't play here in this series.
He's super bummed to not be out there, obviously. Being a great Braves fan growing up, his dad grew up about an hour outside of here. His favorite memory was coming here in 2021 to watch Game 6 of the World Series with his dad, Kevin. So fast forward, obviously, to him playing in the Futures game last year. He said all of that felt meant to be. He had never played in a stadium this big with this many people. So a ton of disappointment from the Pirates rookie today. But people still showed up in full force, Brownie. He's expecting about 100 family and friends coming out this weekend to support him.
Well, we saw his mom and dad and some others on the field before the game, so at least to get a chance. And I saw Kevin, his dad, tweet something out, Han, about this the first time he's come here and not rooted for the Braves.
Yeah, it was good to see them talking about Mississippi becoming basically the new Pittsburgh Pirates destination because of all the fans that keep showing up. I said Mississippi really shows out. They said if you send some Connor Griffin and Jake Mangum jerseys down there, they're going to sell out pretty fast.
Fast batter runner is thrown out. Riley to Olson, gets Justinson Garcia.
Well, I love that. The whole state of Mississippi. I mean, Mississippi Department of Transportation tweeted out about the cones and the road work and all that when the cone celebration first started.
Mangum, of course, also a Mississippi guy, and there's some fans. Mangum and Griffin, and there's Skeens and Connor Griffin, who we talked about a little bit yesterday. It was, I think, good to talk to him, and he doesn't seem terribly worried. So he feels good in terms of that elbow.
Yeah, great to hear. I had a good conversation with him down in the dugout when that was going on. Justinson and Connor standing there. I walked up behind him and talked to both of them and was talking to Connor about all the friends and family that were here. And I do know that he is disappointed that he's not able to play in front of so many people. But I said, you know what, it may be a little bit of a blessing in disguise. That first time coming through here, like dealing with everything away from the field, it can be exhausting if you let it. So this first time being able to accommodate so many people and not have to worry about playing, just get your rehab in and support your teammates. And next year, and hopefully for the next 15 years in black and gold, Connor Griffin can come here and show up.
He would be eligible. It doesn't mean he's coming off the IL, but eligible on Wednesday. I tried to suggest that maybe he'd be activated during the upcoming homestand. He wouldn't go that far, but again, doesn't seem terribly concerned about it as Horwitz fouls this pitch off. He drew that leadoff walk against Perez in the third. What's it like coming back for the first time, Matt Capps, to your hometown? There's the Mad Capper.
Look at that, skinny Matt.
Being in Atlanta, and he gets, is that Matt Diaz?
It was, yes.
Well, popped up, shallow left, and Yastrzemski. Well, what's it like coming back?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you come home, you get to see your family, you know, play in front of mom and dad, and then being on the field that you grew up watching.
There we are.
It's one of my aunts and my uncles.
How's that?
Right there, Ray and Irene.
Nice.
But it's busy. I mean, it's exhausting. You get to feel like everybody's pulling at you, and you gotta learn to be the bad guy sometimes. Say no, like
That's not you. No, sir.
I'm here to do a job. I've got to get my job done, and you got to respect that, and they do. But everybody's proud. Everybody's excited. They want to see you. You want to see them, but at the end of the day, you got to come to the ballpark and perform.
Great job by the production team getting that video.
Going to the archives.
Yeah. Yellow check swing foul. Doubled into the left center gap in the third.
There is a sense of I made it feeling when you come to a ballpark that is the home of the team you grew up pulling for. You know, I remember vividly standing on the back of the mound the first time I heard Crazy Train come on, and now batting Chipper Jones.
Oh, wow. Strike 3 called. A 1-2-3 inning for Perez. It's a 3-3 ball game.
We just talked last half inning about rookie Connor Griffin and how he's feeling coming back. We'll take a look at the guy standing beside him in the dugout. The smiling face of Joey Bart. He's back here with the guys in Atlanta and no longer has a boot on his foot. He's walking around in good spirits as well as he resumed all baseball activities. Hey, Bronny, the guys were really excited to see his smile in the dugout today as well. Brian Reynolds lit up when he saw him, and Joey said, hey, how about you go hit some nukes today? Okay, so there's good vibes down here in the dugout with Joey back.
A foot infection has him on the injured list, Joey Bart. Another guy back home, a strike to Yastrzemski. There he is. Alongside Ryan O'Hearn, Brian Reynolds. You see Skeens and Griffin just locked in a conversation. So even though Griffin's on the injured list, great to see him. And no surprise, very much involved. 1 and 2 on Yaz.
That's a tight-knit group. I mean, hearing that story about Brian Reynolds, getting excited to see Joey Bart. I mean, happy to see your teammate and, you know, your buddies. You spend so much time with each other throughout the course of a season. That group that you share a uniform in a clubhouse with, they become your family throughout the course of the season.
Skeens, by the way, likely to pitch, though it's not been announced, the first game of that series against the Dodgers at PNC Park Tuesday night. Big series showdown with the defending World Series champions. And then as we talked with Jared Jones, he would likely pitch on Wednesday. There's a drive to the right center gap. But over, and there you see that ball slicing back to
I was just about
Cruz.
to comment on it. I mean, we saw that earlier in the ball game. A ball hit off Henry Davis's bat that Michael Harris II had to adjust back on. O'Neal Cruz having to do the same thing. So you see off the bat, typically the ball goes away from center field, and you can really see it come out of your screen going back towards center.
Yeah, look, Skeens talking about it.
I wonder if there's a little jet stream that's created. There is a huge scoreboard above the center field batter's eye here.
I mean, from this angle, it looked as though, in my perspective, that it was almost just an automatic double. It was going into the right center field gap.
Well, from my angle, Greg.
Well, I don't want to speak for you. What did you think? Do you agree with that?
I thought the same thing. I thought it was going to short hop the wall in front of the bullpen.
And I think Cruz approached it like that.
Yep.
I think Cruz just figured, okay, I'm going to play this off a short hop the wall.
But with that being 2 of them on each gap, like I said, you can't help but wonder if there's something to do with the wind from the scoreboard. But you can really see right there. I mean, it's slicing back towards center field. Typically, the ball goes away from the center fielder. It was a nice job making that adjustment there.
We saw Henry Davis hit that line out to Michael Harris in the third. Similar reaction. 1-2 pitch. And strike 3 on Sandy Leon, who's now hitless in his last 26 consecutive at bats. 2 down, 4 Ks for Keller.
Really nice four-seamer right at the bottom of the zone, and this shows you the life on that four-seamer. Just carries through there.
Top of the order, and Ronald Acuna had the single off of Keller the other way in the second inning that brought home the first run. Made it 1-0 Atlanta. Pirates scored 3 in the third, and had the 2-run homer from Mauricio Dubon in the third inning that tied it. One ball, one strike. Looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Easy against this guy.
Yeah, that's a good looking fastball at the top of the zone right there. So kind of interesting looking at Ronald Acuna Jr.'s numbers. He struggles the most with the fastball.
Which is so interesting. What were those numbers you said against lefties and righties? What
yeah, so against righties, he's hitting 275 against fastballs, which is really not bad, but he's hitting 400 on off-speed pitches, and that's what he hit against Mitch in the second inning for the base hit, but just 071 against left-handers fastballs.
Fly ball, and Justinson Garcia makes the catch. There is the 1-2-3 inning for Keller. Head to the fifth, tied at 3. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code, log in with your provider, and get direct access to live games, plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Ball 1. And you might be streaming, maybe you're on your way to the Morgan Wallen concert at Acrisure. Maybe you're there watching on your SNP app. As Brooks and Dunn probably finishing up, I would think, soon. Not that we're jealous.
Well, they're right in the middle of my Maria right now.
Yeah, I guarantee it. 2-0. 3-0. Maybe Neon Moon, you
I
think?
was just about to say, we've got our own Neon Moons out here.
You're going to miss me when I'm gone. That's what some teams have said about Martin Perez. Yes. Henry Davis sacrifice fly in the third, and bullpen action. Are they going to even let Perez face more than one batter? That third time through, the dreaded third time through the order. Our starting pitchers, Henry Davis to right. Acuna on the track.
You should call the warning track the Red Dirt Road.
Oh. So we're going there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You get sand in your boots. That warning track. And now it is Nick Gonzalez to face Perez. Actually, Morgan Wallen probably was watching this very game, even backstage. He's a huge Braves fan. Had that one of his hits, 98 Braves, an ode to the team that won 106 games that year but lost in the National League Championship Series. This Braves team this year, a big rebound season after going 76 and 86 last year. 2-1 on Gonzalez. And health a big issue for guys like Austin Riley. Walt Weiss took over for Brian Snitker. Bounce to Riley. Two up, two down. Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami E-Baseball MLB All-Star ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote.
Get out there and vote for this guy right now.
Yeah.
Brandon Lau, very deserving of the All-Star nod this year to start with the All-Star game, in my opinion. I mean, top of the list in about every offensive category for second baseman. What a great addition he's been to this ball club.
Of course, he a two-time, not only two-time All-Star, but All-Star starter, Paul Skeens. Two and one on Lau. This is the first time in a long time you could at least have the conversation about a number of Pirate players. You no longer have to like squint to see, oh, who are they going to try and sneak in there, because every team has to be represented.
None more than that guy you just saw on the screen right there, Braxton Ashcraft, what he's done this year.
Well, Ryan O'Hearn was an All-Star last year for the first time.
O'Neal Cruz, what he's doing this year at the plate.
Reynolds having an All-Star type season. Heck, for that matter, Spencer Horwitz, one of the top offensive first basemen in the league, among the top 5 in a number of categories. Well, Martin Perez has his 4th 1-2-3 inning. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP, and by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. Michael Harris, the second, leads off, and right away singles to center field to begin the bottom of the 5th. First time they have their leadoff man on.
Well, let's see if Mitch can get Matt Olson to hit a ground ball at somebody right here. Not a bad pitch right there to Michael Harris, the second. First pitch change up. Got it off the end of the bat, but hit it in the right spot.
One of the real dangerous hitters in all of baseball here, Matt Olson, former first-round pick of the Oakland A's back in 2012. Oh, and almost got past Davis. Harris has 3 steals this season. They don't steal much, the Braves. Creeping a little bit. 35 steals on the season for Atlanta. How about the San Francisco Giants? You know how many steals they have? Within 5. Take a guess. For the season.
17.
15.
I did it.
You did. And a base hit. Left center field. Cruz over quickly. And a great job by Cruz to keep Harris at second. But now the Braves setting up shop.
Yeah, it really was. Nice job by O'Neal. He's gotten so much better, more comfortable out there in center field for the Pirates here. Made the nice catch a couple of innings ago, and to get this, to keep Michael Harris the second at second base and not allowing him to get to third with less than 2 outs. A little bit of an aid there. Harris having to freeze to make sure the ball got through the infield, but that's big to keep him at first and second.
Keller has walked Albies both times. Now he's got to pitch to him. Got to throw him a strike. First and second, nobody out. Mitch Keller has to dig deep here. to try and keep this game tied.
Again, that's that cutter running into left-handed hitters. Just messed up on that one. Started him with a changeup. Now be a good time to go back to the changeup, down and away.
Over at second. The Albies was 4 for 10 in their series against Toronto. It was concluded here last night. Did he go? Wow. Well, for sure that time he did. And when Jimenez said no. 2-1 the count on Ozzie Albies. 10 for his last 28 at bats over this past week. .357 hitter. In the air to right center field, and over is Cruz, and he makes the catch. O'Neill Cruz makes the catch. Looked as though that ball might have been headed to the Braves bullpen.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it was. They did go back to that changeup, tried to go down and away, got too much of the plate right there, but what a great job by O'Neill. Not only to go over and make the play, but to have the wherewithal to turn around and get the ball in like he did with Michael Harris at second base, not letting him score from second on a sac fly.
And now see if Keller can get that ground ball right now. Would be huge.
That'd be awesome.
After the play that O'Neill Cruz just made on Albies. Dubon homered his last time up.
And again, going back to the play that O'Neill made on the Matt Olson base hit to keep Michael Harris at second base. That would have scored him that fly ball right there if he had let Michael Harris get on to third.
And Sisk just getting up. Dubon's hit into 4 double plays, second most on the team. Austin Riley's hit into 6. Keller and the Pirates really need a ground ball here. Line drive right field and a base hit and skips past Garcia. 4-3 Atlanta. Harris scores. Olson goes to third. Dubon to second.
Yeah, Joe Stinson Garcia just got caught in between right here. Good piece of hitting by Dubon. But you see he was coming in on it, and then he realized he couldn't catch it in the air and was going laterally right there, and the ball just skipped off the grass underneath him. But that hurts right there for a couple of reasons. Now you got 2 guys in scoring position, obviously, but no double play in order if Mitch can get Dominic Smith to hit the top of the baseball here.
There have been some hard hits off of Keller this inning alone. The Michael Harris single to center field was 108 miles an hour. Anything over 95 is considered a hard hit. Olson's base hit was 105, and that turns out to be a double for Dubon. 97 miles an hour off the bat. 1-1. Dubon a 2-run homer and an RBI double. Infield in. 1-2 on Smith. Just reaches out, the fly ball deep enough. Sacrifice fly. Olsen scores. It is 5-3.
A couple of things on this. Really kind of crazy that Dominic Smith was able to hit this ball as far as he hit it. You see he's just kind of throwing the bat at it to get it that deep. But watch O'Neal Cruz right here. This is all that work he's been putting in to catch this and then turn the way he does to be in a position to make a throw. He made it close at third base with Dubon going from second to third. That should have been not even a question. It's been fun to watch him progress out in center field, that work he's put in. Him and Tony Beasley and Tarek Brock. In spring training, they're out working every day.
Dubon reaches third on the sac fly by Dominic Smith. Austin Riley has walked and grounded out, and probably Keller's last batter of the night. Well, free passes have hurt. Showing the walk to Riley. In the second, Riley would score on the base hit by Acuna. He walked Albies with one out in the third. That preceded the Dubon home run that tied it. Stinson Garcia back to the wall and off the wall, and a double the other way for Riley, and it's 6-3 Atlanta.
This is a sweeper right here. The big hits for the Braves have come off the sweeper and the curveball. The home run from Dubon in the third inning, and then this one right here, the big drive to right field off the wall. You see there just the breaking ball in the middle part of the plate. Just got to get him down.
And that turns out to be a disappointing start for Mitch Keller. Can't get out of the fifth, leaves trailing 6-3. Now 6-3 Braves, bottom of the fifth inning, and this Pirates pitching change is presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
And you see the numbers on the year for Evan Sisk, a fantastic 1.44 ERA in 21 appearances, making his 22nd right now. 30 strikeouts in 25 innings. Good two-seam fastball curveball combo from the crossfire and lefty.
Mike Yastrzemski takes strike one from Evan Sisk. Lefty's batting 175 against him. 7 for 40. Yastrzemski does not have a ton of at-bats against southpaws.
Well, Evan Sisk is not your average left-handed pitcher. I said crossfiring lefty, and what I mean by that is he steps almost like a pickoff type move. So for a lefty, especially when he throws that curveball, it's got to look like it's coming from behind you.
Three and 1. 9 walks for Sisk. 25 innings. He last worked at PNC Park. And he walks the lefty batter. Sisk worked 1 1/3 on Saturday against the Twins.
Had 2 strikeouts in that ball game. We didn't see him in Houston. So shaking off the rust here with the first hitter. Ended up walking him. Want to get Leon here. You don't want Ronald Acuna Jr. to come up.
Yeah, I mean, easy for us to say, but you have to get Leon. You certainly have to throw him strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Get this last out and not have to face Acuna. First and second. Braves have scored 3. And then 2 on Leon, who was playing in Mexico. Was released April the 22nd, playing in Mexico, and then Braves signed him again the 12th of May. Drake Baldwin, Rookie of the Year last year, on the IL with an oblique strain. Sean Murphy, another catcher, on the IL with a fractured finger. And Leon goes down swinging. The Braves score 3 and lead it by 3. (6-3) Pirates trail now, 6th inning on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. New pitcher is Didier Fuentes.
See Fuentes' numbers on the season, making his 17th appearance. Nice 198 opponent average against. 28 strikeouts, 9 walks in 24 innings. So it looks like the Braves are going to ask him to give a couple of innings of work here.
Lefties hit 229 against him. Righties 158. And Reynolds turn around to bat left-handed against Fuentes. Basically a fastball slider guy, occasional splitter, and a line drive caught. Retires Reynolds. Brings up Marcell Ozuna, and time for the Miller Lite moment. Came in the 3rd inning. Second at bat, back here in Atlanta. His first at bat was the standing ovation. He ended up grounding out the 2nd inning. It was a great moment for him, but then he delivered the RBI single his 2nd at bat. Checks. The ball, 2 strikes.
That's a good slider right there. 86 miles an hour, 10 or 11 miles an hour slower than the fastball.
Dylan Lee, one of 2 lefties. And a roller to 3rd. Shot is out, number 2. Ozuna 1 for 3 in this one. Fuentes having an outstanding rookie season. We talked at the outset about the differences in the bullpens. Bullpen ERA is not a great gauge of relievers, but it is first. All the relievers combined, ERA lowest in the National League, 3rd in Major League Baseball. Sixth in baseball in saves and holds. Popped it up. 3rd baseman Riley on foul ground. 1-2-3 for Didier Fuentes. 6-3 Atlanta.
Welcome back. Evan Sisk was given big compliments by pitching coach Bill Murphy for not getting discouraged at the beginning of this year while in AAA. He said he came up ever since and he has maximized his outings. He was not afraid to change things up either. That changeup he now throws to help the game against righties being one of those things. He called him a bright spot for this bullpen, but a bright spot is not the only nickname he's been given. Our pregame show crew has called him Everyday Evan because of his steady presence of what he's provided out of the pen for the Bucks. Sisk said he likes that name. He takes pride in whenever that phone rings. He's ready, Brownie.
I like to have reliable relievers, Hannah, for sure. Don Kelly and Bill Murphy. Pirates picked up Evan Sisk on the deal for Bailey Falter end of July last year. The Royals.
When we saw that changeup first pitch of the at bat here to Ronald Acuna Jr., then going to the 2 fastballs next pitches, and glad to see them attacking Ronald Acuna with the fastball. We were talking about it a couple innings ago when Ronald was at the plate. 0.71 average on the season against the fastball with left-handed pitching.
It's
Just
just
blew
incredible.
our mind, right?
How many at bats? You know,
38.
that's incredible. Fastballs against lefties. Well, and you know it.
Well,
A rare hit. A 3-1 count.
3-1 count though,
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
the key.
sitting dead red fastball.
That's one of the things that Matt mentioned at the outset. The team average for the Braves, and they're behind 0-2 when they're ahead of the count. Stark contrast, and yeah, 3-1 line to the left. Here's Michael Harris.
Yeah, I didn't read the 3-1 count on the Braves, but when the Atlanta Braves swing the bat in a 3-1 count, they're hitting .405. I guess I shouldn't say swing the bat, but when they put the ball in play, they hit at a .405 clip.
Runner goes. Henry Davis guns it down to second base. They got him. Henry Davis, that rifle.
Yeah, that was all Henry Davis right there too. Acuna got a pretty good jump on Evan Sisk, and Henry threw a rocket down there and put it right on the bag. Triolo just had to catch the ball.
I like Acuna.
Yep.
Don't
Yep,
wait
he
around.
got me.
No sense even looking toward the dugout to check. He's caught
Catcher
stealing.
charges on ball 4.
Henry Davis challenges the ABS. And you wonder why.
Call is overturned. Pitcher has to challenge remaining.
Not even close. A strike. Now Acuna caught for the 6th time in 20 tries. Harris on an 0-2 pitch singles to center. His second hit tonight. Take a look again at the Allstate Good Hands replay, the Henry Davis throw.
Well, when runners are running, you like to have Henry Davis in your corner. You are in good hands when he's trying to throw out base runners. Great arm strength, had a good pitch to throw on, but look at the accuracy right there, right on the first base side of the bag. Triolo just had to catch the ball and drop the glove, making it look easy.
He's now thrown out 7 out of 16 this year. And 1.77 pop time there. Really good for Henry Davis. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Olsen. 2 for 3. Keller goes 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. And you're kind of scratching your head now. Recent struggles for Mitch Keller. 2-2, but you know he'll work hard to get back on track. Second time in his career he's made consecutive starts of fewer than 5 innings and allowed 6 or more earned runs. And the other instance was back in 2019. Strikeout. No fees offer has been extended. You can enjoy no fees on all Pirates tickets through this Sunday. Presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Kick off summer with some Pirates baseball. Get your tickets at pirates.com/no fees. Extended through Sunday. Take advantage. Switch hitting Ozzie Albies. Dodgers and Marlins next homestand. Starting Tuesday night, the Dodgers in. Dodgers lead the National League West. 6.5 games up on the Diamondbacks. The Braves 8.5 game lead over the Phillies in the East. The Pirates start the day 4.5 back of the Brewers in the Central. Cubs got crushed again. This time the Giants beat them at Wrigley 18-3.
Oh, wow.
Giants hit 7 homers against the Cubbies.
Must have been windy.
Matt Chapman drove in 8.
Like we were talking before the ball game, this is a good test for this Pirates pitching staff here, facing the Atlanta Braves and then the Dodgers when they go home. The Dodgers are the only team in the National League that have a better team batting average than the Atlanta Braves. Lead them in pretty much every category other than home runs.
He's popped up. Horwitz over to take a look, and says Davis puts back out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Harris 2 for 4 in this game. The run scored. Line foul. Albies retired on a nice play by O'Neill Cruz in the 5th toward the wall in right center.
Drop that changeup in there that Hannah was talking about right now. Or that.
Curveball strikes him out. 3rd K for Sisk. Pirates down 3. Recap what's happened so far. Dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers. Mitch Keller giving up the 6 runs, 4 2/3. Martin Perez had the rough 3rd inning, 8 to the plate. Pirates had taken a 3-1 lead, but other than that, set everybody down. Mauricio Dubon, 3 ribbies, doing a 2-run homer. A shortstop for the Braves. And now Justinson Garcia faces the lefty Dylan Lee.
Another guy to this Braves bullpen that's having a really nice year. You see a great 1.26 ERA, making his 30th appearance right here. Leads with a slider, throws it about 54% of the time. Got a 4-seam fastball and a changeup that he will also feature. You see 35 strikeouts, only 4 walks in 28 2/3. That's filling up the strike zone.
Hit to left. Garcia is the first out. Here in the top of the 7th, brings up Spencer Horowitz. Bobby Cox passed away at the age of 84 on May the 9th. And now time to stack the deck, presented by the Baseball Card Castle in Cranberry. Bobby Cox as a player and manager, 1978 Topps card. Tom Glavine rookie card, 1988. The 2000 Fleer Greg Maddux. And the 2023 Topps archive, John Smoltz. His great pitching staff, of course. The Atlanta Braves, Bobby Cox, Hall of Fame skipper.
That was a sad day around here for a lot of people when Bobby passed. Unfortunately, had a stroke a number of years ago, and a lot of former Braves players that I have relationships with, speak so highly about him, not just as a manager, but as a man, and how he treated them and their careers and their lives and the relationship that he developed.
The great pitching staff.
Yeah, it was really good, wasn't it? Really good. Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, obviously a bunch of Hall of Famers. And young Steve Avery, who unfortunately got hurt, but he burst onto the scene there in the early 90s.
This little subtle touch too, in honor of the great Bobby Cox, that number 6 embroidered on the back of the caps of these Atlanta Braves. Two up, two down for Dylan Lee. Bobby Cox passing away at the age of 84, May the 9th. Couple of strikes. Bobby Cox, manager here for a while, general manager, went to Toronto, won an American League East title in 1985, came back. Line to center, and the catch made by Michael Harris II. Shades of Andrew Jones, the great Bobby Cox. Mauricio Dubon working on a win presented by the Home Depot. Was homered in 3 consecutive games for the first time in his career. It came in the 3rd inning off Mitch Keller, tied the game at 3, and then they had the RBI double off the wall and right off of Keller in the 5th. Well, that wasn't off the wall, but it was into right field. And Santana for the Pirates.
And the Pirates are desperate to get Dennis Santana back on track. You see his numbers here, 547 in 27 games. Not what we expected from Dennis Santana coming out of spring training. Showed some spurts of it, but just consistency with his stuff hasn't quite been there.
Trying to get the Santana in situations, it's hard to do when you got a struggling reliever. Trying to find the right spots for him. On Tuesday, he pitched the 9th inning against the Astros. The Pirates had the big lead, and eventually Don Kelly had to go to his closer.
Well, that looked good right there. A good fastball through the zone. Threw a couple of good sliders in that at bat. But I like to see him attacking with that four-seam fastball when he jumps ahead. Good look on your AHN Super Mode. That's just above the strike zone, but good life through the hitting area. And Andy Rodriguez behind the plate doing the catching now.
Fly ball center. Dominic Smith is the second out. Unusual to see them remove catcher in this instance, so we'll see what the deal is. Henry Davis just had that strong throw in the 6th inning.
Stay in here, ball.
Pop up. And 7 pitches for Dennis Santana. The catch is made by Horwitz. 6-3 Atlanta. Top of the 8th inning. Bucko Luau weekend coming up. And on Friday, June 12th, Pirates host the Marlins at PNC Park 1 week from tonight. Bucko Luau weekend presented by Levin Furniture and Mattress. First 20,000 fans get a Pirates Tiki mug. You can get your tickets at pirates.com/Bucko Luau. And don't forget the no fees on all Pirates tickets extended through Sunday. Take advantage of that and see you at Bucko Luau weekend next weekend. Andy Rodriguez inserted into the game as the catcher in the bottom of the 7th inning now leads off against new pitcher Robert Suarez.
This is one of the guys in the back end of this Braves bullpen that's having a spectacular year. The Pirates have their hands full, down by 3 in the 8th inning here. You see Suarez's numbers this season. Had 40 saves last year as a member of the San Diego Padres. For the Padres the last 4 seasons. 25 strikeouts and 27 2/3, a .65 ERA. At this point in the season, that's pretty incredible. Good fastball, upper 90s. Got a hard cutter. You just saw right there, comes in at 96. Changeup is his go-to off-speed pitch.
Three and one. In the air to right center field. And tracked down by Harris. Sent a long way by Andy Rodriguez. And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Get the guaranteed lowest mattress prices for life at Levin.
Other than that 3rd inning, the Pirates had 3 hits, 2 walks against Martin Perez, took the 3-1 lead. Very bizarre looking scorecard, box score.
Now it's been 3 up, 3 down every inning other than that third inning you just mentioned.
"14 straight retired since the base hit by Osuna in that 3rd inning. Brandon Bidwell pitched at the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-2-3 inning for Santana. First time he's had a 1-2-3 inning since that 9th inning at Busch Stadium in St. Louis on May the 20th. 6 appearances since. So looking for a bright spot. And a line out, 2 down. Interesting that we talk about the comparisons between these two clubs. The offense is very similar, the pitching similar, except the bullpens. And you're seeing it now. Fuentes, Lee, Suarez locking it down for Walt Weiss. And a ground ball to short. Lau is out, number 3. X3 Atlanta. Mike Yastrzemski going to lead things off here against Brandon Benoit. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. A couple of line drives to the outfield that were bizarre from our vantage point, what they looked like. And his batted balls, Henry Davis, 107 miles an hour. Mike Yastrzemski, 106. The Davis sac fly in the 3rd. Yaz leading off the bottom of the 4th.
Both of them recorded as outs, but very interesting. The Henry Davis one, you said maybe knuckling, and I thought that was the only explanation until we saw the Yastrzemski ball in the opposite gap do the exact same thing. O'Neill made a really nice play, a little bit of a late adjustment to come back and get it. You see Brandon Benoit's numbers right there, making his 10th appearance. High arm angle, 4-seam fastball comes in the upper 90s. Got good ride and carry through the zone. Throw a slider and a changeup as well.
Foul ball.
Down on the warning track before the ball game today, Brownie. Peter Moylan came over and we were talking. He was excited to meet Brandon Benoit.
Peter Moylan, the former Braves pitcher, and works the broadcast.
Yep, Australian native.
Yeah.
They've talked a lot on the phone. They've texted back and forth, but they had never met in person.
How about that?
It was kind of cool to be standing there watching their excitement, listening to them talk. Couldn't understand what they were saying.
It's hilarious to hear them, their accents. Fly ball left. Yastrzemski is the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Benoit, the first Australian-born Pirate. There have been several over the years. Peter Moylan pitched for the Braves for a number of years. Pitched for the Dodgers, Royals, actually 3 different stints with Atlanta. Peter Moylan, good buddy Matt Capps.
Did you see him down there today?
I didn't.
You need to go find him tomorrow.
Mauricio Iglesias, the closer, getting up. Need to find him tomorrow?
You need to find him tomorrow.
Okay.
He has the most beautiful pirate mustache right now.
Oh, really? Sandy Leon is retired, 2 outs. Handled by the pitcher. Game 2 of this 3-game series is tomorrow afternoon. Braxton Ashcraft for the Pirates against Spencer Strider. Boy, that's a good pitching matchup. Coverage starts at 3 here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh and always streaming on SNP 360. Don Kelly talking to hitting coach Matt Haig. Hits might be tough to come by for both clubs tomorrow. Tough for the Pirates tonight. Martin Perez gives up the 3 runs in the 3rd, but then settles down, and 16 straight retired since the Osuna RBI single in the 3rd. Only action for the Pirates is that 3rd inning. Everybody else set down. Didier Fuentes, Dylan Lee, Robert Suarez in relief, and we'll see Iglesias in the 9th. Acuna RBI single in the 2nd off of Mitch Keller, who will suffer his 3rd loss unless the Pirates rally. Braves looking to go 35 and 29, or 43 and 21. Pirates coming into this game looking to improve to 35 and 29. They have won 8 of their last 11. Took 2 of 3 in Houston. Strike 3 called and a challenge.
Batter challenges strike one.
Acuna
Ball is over for
knew
one.
it.
1.5 6 on the
So this inning continues. It's now a 3-2 count on Ronald Acuna. 2 for 4 in this game.
Throw that same pitch. I bet you get him to swing at it.
Now the play. Congrats to Shelley Ross and all the high school graduations going on out Western PA. She's at Trinity High School in Washington, PA. 3-2.
I thought for sure if Benoit had thrown that 4-seamer just above the strike zone that he would get Acuna to chase it.
Acuna on base for a 3rd time. Michael Harris, the second, takes a strike. What about the Caps family in terms of graduations? Anything going on?
Well, Wells
finishing
just
up
had,
at least. Wells
just had an 8th grade graduation.
Okay.
So be a freshman in high school next year.
My gosh.
Caroline, I guess, in a traditional school would have had a elementary school graduation.
Okay.
Yeah, so she'll be going to middle school, 6th grade next year. Their school starts middle school in the 5th grade, though. No different.
You had a lot of people here to
Yeah.
congratulate Mayor Caps. Michael Harris going to reach despite a strikeout. Strikeout wild pitch.
Slider down at the bottom of the zone right there, and then he just can't quite get over to it off his leg.
That's frustrating. Think about Benoit. He thought he had struck out Acuna, then the challenge ends up walking him. Thought he had struck out Harris, and he did, but thought he was finished for the inning, but it continues because of the wild pitch, and now it's Olsen. And the Braves can put this one away for good with a big swing from Olsen. Two out of 4. Nine hits for the Braves. An Olsen consecutive game streak at 847. Longest active streak, and it's the 2nd longest since 2000. Miguel Tejada played in 1,152 consecutive games.
Really impressive when you hear streaks like that. You think about a 162 game season, just any little thing that can happen, get hit by a pitch or a ground ball come up on you and hit a fingernail or pull a hamstring.
Yeah.
That's why they don't run hills in the offseason or in the season.
It is unbelievable. I think going into this season, he played in every single game for the Braves going back to 2022, and he goes down. Pirates' last shot, down 3. Time for the North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC star of the game, Mauricio Dubon. The home run for Dubon tied it in the third, and then the double that got past Justinson Garcia to drive in a run. 2 big swings, 3 RBIs. That gave them the lead. The game tying homer in the third and the go-ahead RBI double. Eli White takes over in center for Harris. It's Brian Reynolds for the Pirates.
And Iglesias for the Braves, who's having a fantastic year as a closer for the Atlanta Braves here. Tops of baseball in chase rate, 42%, almost 43%, 42.7 to be exact. Looking for his 30th consecutive save. Last time he blew one was July 28th of last year, 2025. And if he can convert this one tonight, he will be the all-time, well, it'll be the most by a Cuban-born player in Major League Baseball history. He's currently tied with former Bucco Aroldis Chapman.
Time for our Penn West University educating you. The last time the Braves lost a game when they were leading after 8 innings, June 7th last year in San Francisco. They led 2-1 after 8, gave up 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning, lost 3-2. So Pirates certainly have their work cut out for them, and a pitch clock violation against Iglesias.
I'm not sure it was going to be, but his foot got caught. Looked like he caught a cleat coming down the mound, and because he didn't deliver the pitch, that did create the pitch clock violation, which led to that.
There we go. And the first base runner since the Osuna single in the 3rd inning, 16 in a row, had been retired by Perez, Fuentes, Lee, and Suarez. And maybe that's the crack of the door opening for the Pirates. The last time the Braves lost here at Truist Park when leading after 8 innings was June 5th last year. They were ahead 10-4, gave up 7 in the top of the 9th. Well, maybe they're due. Iglesias due to give it up.
Catcher challenge the ball call.
Catcher challenge.
This one's going to be close right here, Brownie.
Sandy Leon.
It does just catch the outside corner there. All right, let's see if Marcel can battle here. Down 0-2, if he can find a way to get on with O'Neal Cruz coming up, representing the tying run. You feel somewhat okay about it.
Yeah, base hit, 1st and 2nd, and now the tying run comes to the plate in the person of O'Neal Cruz. Marcell Osuna, 2 hits in this ball game.
Nice job staying on this changeup. Iglesias with an 0-2 count is trying to get that down below the zone. But Marcel does a nice job staying through the big part of the field, keeping that bat through the hitting area. Setting the table here.
Cruz struck out twice against the lefty Perez. Ryan O'Hearn comes out to pinch hit for Justinson Garcia. The first pitch strike from Iglesias. O'Hearn on deck. Another challenge.
Catcher challenge ball call.
Leon's one of the better, and another strike. He's really good at this. So he's shown here back-to-back at bats. Veteran Sandy Leon has won 11 of 14 challenges behind the plate this year. 1-2. No home runs allowed by Iglesias this season. Two and two. In fact, the last home run Horacio Iglesias gave up July 19th last year.
Sounds like he's due to me.
Still 2-2.
All right, fastball in the top of the zone there. Iglesias' go-to off speed is his changeup. Left one elevated to Ozuna. It'd be nice for him to do it again here.
Oh my, ball three. What an at bat so far for Cruz. Trent Grisham was the man who homered off of him. The Yankees last year. Don't need a home run though. Like it, but just pass the torch. And he strikes out on the changeup.
That's a good one right there. Not that the 2-2 one was bad. It was below the zone. O'Neill recognized it, but that one elevated a little bit, but right on the outside edge, get us a little bit of arm side run. It's a well located changeup.
O'Hearn pinch hitting. Strike. He challenges.
Batter challenging the strike zone.
The challenge.
Call is overturned. Pittsburgh has one challenge remaining.
O'Hearn has had one at bat off of Iglesias in the past and singled. First and second and one out. Down 3. Two strikes.
That is a good pitch. Change up right below the strike zone right there. And Iglesias has got a good fastball, good velo on it. So hitters have to gear up a little bit. See O'Hearn just out in front.
Jake Mangum with a pinch hit if he gets to that point. Don Kelly talking to him about it. Ground ball could be an inning-ending, game-ending double play. It is. The Braves win the first of the 3-game series.
Well, appreciate the fight right there from the Pirates lineup, making it interesting in the top of the 9th inning here, but a little too late. Like we've talked about this entire ball game, this bullpen for the Braves is about as shut down as it gets. But got to give some credit to the Pirates bullpen today. They look good. Mitch Keller 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, and then the Pirates bullpen was able to keep the ball game right where it was. We just couldn't get that late offense going. 3 against Martin Perez to start the ball game. He gave them 5. But when you're trying to mount a comeback against a bullpen like the Atlanta Braves have, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, the Braves win it. They came back. The Pirates were leading 3-1. The 2-run homer by Dubon in the 3 spot of the 5th. So game 1 goes to the Bravos. The Pirates are trying to even the series tomorrow afternoon. We'll send it back to the studios. Coming your way next.